I wanted to just talk about, kind of my journey, what I've been up to, but I literally took a pause. I took a pause because, I early retired, as most of you know, 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, July 5th will be 2 years. And so, somewhere in April, I started thinking about, Charlene, what are you doing? You need to be doing more for your business that you started, that that God put on your heart to start, to go back in and to help other healthcare workers and caregivers to make sure that they're prioritizing their well-being. And so I started putting a strategy down. And as I was putting that strategy down, I literally got a check in my spirit. And so to me, that meant it was time for me to pause again. So I decided to come off social media for a month or so, maybe a little bit more than a month, and then just get quiet. And so, in that quiet time, it was the most wonderful thing. Now, I have to be honest, it took me about 2 weeks to get all of this stuff out of my mind. I don't know about you, but I am so creative and I'm constantly thinking of things that I need to be doing because I have this like visionary insight. And so, I love birthing things and I love dreaming and things like that. So, anyway, I did that and then I ended it. I also did a consecration with my church at the same time, so it was really intentional thing that happened for me in the last couple months. And so the most important thing that actually came out of my time away from social media is the word rest. And I'm not talking about taking a nap, and I'm not talking about going on vacation. I'm not talking about being quiet or being stuck. I'm talking about soul rest, the rest that comes from within. Because when I stopped striving and trying to make things happen, things started happening because I was at this state of rest. And so those things that were in my heart to do began to start drawing toward me. Matter of fact, I got one of my biggest contracts in that rested phase. It was almost like I was starting to strive again. As a nurse, we're always striving and trying to make things happen. But when I took my hands off and just rested, then everything literally changed and things started coming toward me, etc. So it's been a great journey. So I'm just encouraging everyone to rest. Rest. Take some time, and I'm talking about soul rest. Yes, take a vacation. Yes, you go to sleep. You do all of those things, but I'm talking about that rest that settles down deep in your soul. Soul rest is what I'm calling it. And that kind of rest is powerful because you know that there's something beautiful that you want to do in your heart, and your heart wants to speak to you about it, but you can't hear it beyond the chaos. So it's about resting. And so in my rest time, I have to tell you that something beautiful emerged. So I wanted to have something for my audience when I go speak, or when I connect with people virtually. I wanted to be able to bring them back into some type of community. And so that's what I thought Substack was going to be. And Substack is still good. And I'm not saying that I'm not going to use it because I think I am going to use it. I'm just weighing it out right now. But in my creativity mode, I decided to design an app. And so I have an app coming out and it's called the Heart Whisper. And it's a sanctuary for healthcare workers or caregivers that take care of other people. And it is designed specifically with you in mind. On that, I have a daily tracker of how you're doing. We have a breathing exercise. I have audio resets, the audio sanctuary. I am actually teaching resets. I'm actually walking you through a reset with my voice, with a little music in the background just to decompress. Some of them, the titles of them is the Good Morning Reset, is After the Storm. I mean, I have multiple of the resets there. Walking in undisturbed composure. I mean, I have so many different things there to help you to get to that place of moving from chaos to coherence and to love on you. The sanctuary is for you. I also have a video um, sanctuary there, which will be videos that really lead to my podcast that I have, which has some really great information in them. And then what's new is I've been writing for probably 2 years, probably more than that, aesthetic expressions, poetic expressions, and those are things that just come to me. And then do them like as spoken word or poetry. So I've been doing a lot of them in my speaking events. And I mean, people have been really wanting, they're like, where's your book on this? And so I am in the process of writing that book. It's called When Words Take Flight, and it's poetic expressions, aesthetic expressions for the heart. And so that is going to be my first album. I think I've put 11 pieces in there, and super excited about that. So that will be a locked feature. It will be premium. Anybody that has paid on here to subscribe, then I will definitely give you that for free. You just need to make sure you message me and make sure I have your updated information. There will be some free features on there, but there also will be premium features with like Words Take Flight because that's going to be my book that comes out. And there's a other few audio resets that I've spent some time working on. So anyway, that's the baby that I have. It's called um, the Heart Whisper, and you will hear more about that. I think I'm going to launch it on July 1st, and so I will definitely send you guys a newsletter email telling you about it because I'd love for you to experience it. And it's really like I had a friend and she was in distress, just at work. And so I'm going to give her that app in hopes that it would really support her as she's going through her healing process. So anyway, I just wanted to pop on and just say hello, and I hope everybody's doing well and to update you on what I've been doing. So I will be in touch with you just to let you know next steps. And I will be doing some classes and all of the things. Now that I'm like totally settled in about 2 years, but I've been having some really great opportunities to keynote, and that's been really pleasurable for me. And so I'm looking forward to doing more of that. Anyway, I hope you stay well, be well, and take care of you because there's nothing like you loving you first. All right. All right. Talk to you soon.